All right, guys. Welcome back to Start Finish. Um, we're continuing with Digimon Adventure 2020, and this is episode 4. This episode was titled Bergermon Soars, and this is the first official look, full spectrum of the digital world in this series. We have previously been to the network, or the internet as we know it. They're calling it the network. So I'll bounce between both. So just bear with me. Right off the bat, we're expecting to see Izzy with him, and it's not Izzy. It's Sora. Sora is there with Tai, which was a nice surprise. Give me 1 second. I'm fighting a little bit of a cold here, so just bear with me a minute. Sorry. And then kind of get like an Easter egg of the trying to think what the scene was, where I think it was Andromon was with Izzy in the original series, that they discovered like the prophecy. Am I right? I think the episode might have been called The Prophecy in the original 99. So we kind of get a little bit of that, and we'll actually get a little bit of that later, from my understanding, and like an episode or two. So, but instead of it being Izzy, because obviously Izzy isn't there, Tai somehow can read these strange symbols. And he even, and I love the fact that they did this. They had a little bit of a meta moment that Tai is questioning how he can read this. We get the introduction of Biomon this episode, and we get the pretty early introduction of Sneemon. I wrote down Scythemon because that's what I remember him being called before, but I don't think that's the right name. So, and they did come up in the subtitles of Sneemon. So I wrote that down. There is a nice little Easter egg. I'm starting to see Easter eggs now, which I'm liking, that they're kind of paying homage to the 99 series. The cliff scene and the river scene and the beach scene are all Easter eggs from the 99 adventure. I believe it's episodes 1 and 2, or it might be 2 and 3. I think episode 3 was Garurumon's introduction. So it should have been the end of 1 and the beginning of 2 that the cliff, the river, and the beach scenes should have all transpired in. If I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I watched Digimon Adventure 99. As I stated before, Izzy is not in the digital world. Izzy did get transported, but he got transported to the network. And in turn, this allows him to meet Tentamon. So we get the introduction of Tentamon. We're going to start getting a lot of introductions here, I think. Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 introductions to characters in just this episode alone. And this is only episode 4. So we're starting to go rapid fire here from the looks of it. And again, they're still looking for the source of the Tokyo blackout. They get this, I'm going to call it, for lack of better words, a prophecy that they have to follow the light. And out of Tai's Digivice shoots a light out and goes to a mountain, which looks really, really strangely like Spiral Mountain from the end of Digimon Adventure 99. If you remember Spiral Mountain, if that's the name of it. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. The one that the Dark Masters created after they defeated Myotismon and they went back to the digital world. It looks really reminiscent to that. Give me 1 second here. Oy. I'm sorry if I blow your eardrums out when you're listening to this on audio. I'm not trying to. We get introduction of Colamon, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I've never been able to pronounce that one correctly, I don't think. Also, we get to see Ogremon. He's not technically introduced, but you see him. And if you're a fan of the Digimon franchise like I am, you immediately know who he is. I put down in parentheses cameo. And we end the episode with the introduction of Whalemon on the internet. Or the network, as they call it. He inadvertently ends up, I don't know if this is by design or if this is paying an Easter egg homage to the original Digimon Adventure, but he ends up swallowing Izzy and Tentamon. And if you remember correctly, in the original, he is basically the transport between the island and the continent. To get to fight Edamon, basically. So it is. I mean, obviously they don't know about Edamon at that point, but still, they're going for the crest and tags. That's the only thing they know they're going for. They're going for the MacGuffins. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like that was probably an Easter egg as well, which is a really, really nice Easter egg to have. This was a pretty rapid fire episode, kind of like how this review is going to go. It's rapid fire. I feel like the first 3 episodes encapsulated Wargame, and I love Wargame. Anybody that talks to me about Digimon, Wargame is we're talking movies, Wargame is my go-to. I love the Wargame storyline. I wish that it was expanded more. I wish that Wargame was like a full 2-hour feature-length film. Or hell, an entire arc. I mean, technically, I guess you could say that we got that now with 3 episodes, but I'm talking like a 10-episode arc. They're rapid firing a lot of the greatest hits right now, it feels like. And while that's great, that's also a detriment. Not trying to be overly critical here, but if you're going to give me an arc, I like my arcs drawn out a little bit. Don't do like Dragon Ball Z Goku Frieza, because I was basically at the point with the Goku Frieza shit that I was rooting for Frieza to be Goku at that point, because Goku was just annoying the shit out of me, because there's so many times that Goku could have beat him. Don't do that. Don't go that route. Give me a comfortable 8 to 10 episode arc. And that I feel like that would have been a good arc for Wargame. Like, Dark Masters was good in Digimon Adventure. Myotismon was good. Myotismon, I think, if I want to, I know that Digimon Adventure 99 is 54 episodes, I think. 52, 54. Comment below and tell me which one's right. I know it's in the low to mid 50s. I'm pretty sure that Myotismon was the longest arc out of that, because the first arc with Devimon was about 10 episodes. That was pretty, I'll be honest, the first arc, because there was a lot of exposition, to explain to you what's going on, which obviously you need that. But also at the same time, it felt like it drug it on way too long. Edamon was fairly short from my memory. It's probably 6 or 7 episodes. Myotismon felt like it was pushing 15 to 20. And then the Dark Masters went all the way up to like the last 2 episodes. And then ultimately we got a Pokemon. If you ask me, Dark Masters was the best paced of the 99 franchise. Because we had 4 baddies that we had to deal with, and they all got pretty much dealt with in 2 to 3 episode arcs. So you do 2 to 3 episodes per baddie. That's 12 episodes. So yeah, that should be about right. Because if we're 54 episodes and you do 12 episodes of Dark Masters, that would have taken it up to episode 52. Go back 12 from there is 40. Yeah. Myotismon, I think, premiered in episode 20 or 21. So, yeah, that makes sense. That, yeah, Myotismon should be the longest out of the original Digimon Adventure. Now, if I'm doing my math correctly, just rough estimate. Again, comment below. Tell me if I'm right. If I'm not right, I got to be pretty damn close. Just pulling that right out of my head. Knowledge from, like, super trivial knowledge from, when was the last time I watched it? 15 years ago. So, but yeah. So, beyond that, predictions for upcoming episodes, considering the fact that Ty is able to read these weird glyphs. I stand by my original assessment that it looks like, I never read the manga, but my understanding is the manga is pretty much at a one-on-one person perspective from Ty. Follows Ty heavily. Ty is the main character, where the 99 Adventure went and dispersed the main character status amongst the 7 chosen and then 8 chosen Digidestined, or as they're calling them in this one, the chosen ones. I like Digidestined better, so instead of calling them chosen ones, I'm going to call them Digidestined. But I feel like Ty is going to be front and center of everything. I mean, Ty was basically front and center, if you want to split hairs, with the original Adventure. I mean, you can make an argument for that. You can make an argument that Matt was the protagonist, but yeah, have that debate in the comments. I'm not going to have that debate myself. If I had somebody here with me, which I want to do, I haven't been able to do yet, but I want to get somebody on here to have debates like that. Like, who was the protagonist of Digimon Adventure 01? Who was the protagonist of Digimon Adventure 02? Because you can make arguments for both on each side of the coin for both series. But I feel like this is going to be really, really Ty-centric. Ty is going to be the chosen one amongst chosen ones. And I'll be honest, I'm not really a fan of that. I really hope I'm wrong, but because I'm not a fan of, out of 8 chosen children, that the one is the end-all, be-all, super powerful beast mode character. I'm not a fan of that. Because it's the main protagonist cast is an ensemble. It's not one character. Can you imagine if Endgame was told from Iron Man's perspective, or Captain America's perspective, or Spider-Man's perspective? That movie would not have worked very well. Everybody shared the screen, everybody shared time, everybody shared lines, everybody shared moments. And it was a culmination of everything. And it wasn't just a one-person centric story. And I really, really hope that they're not going to do that with Adventure 2020, but I got a feeling that's where we're going. So, but with that, those are my predictions. I really don't have any more predictions to say about, because there really wasn't much to predict from this episode. The only really crumb that they gave you was that Ty can read glyphs. And I don't recall Ty being able to do that in 99. Izzy was always the one to be our expedition dump. He was always the one on the computer that could translate the glyphs and all of that. But right now it's Ty. So I'm not going to do compare and contrast anymore, because we're so far off the path of Adventure 01 now that it's not even worth it. So, but yeah, catch you on episode 5. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the background behind me, being I'm able to finally focus my entire wall behind me now. So in the coming weeks, you'll probably see a change of scenery again, because I'm hoping to get a new desk that will let me record things from a different angle. But yeah, we'll catch you on the flip side, and we'll see you the episode 5. Have a good day, and don't forget to like and comment the video. Leave reviews if your audio caster lets you. Gladly like to be able to read them. Once I start getting them, then I will be able to, and learn how to, where to find them. But I will catch you episode 5. Hope you enjoy the reviews, and hopefully you have watched along with me and are enjoying Digimon Adventure 2020 as much as I am.